Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for joining us on this Friday's edition of the English Newscast on Info Television. We kickstart with our headlines. The National Day of Bilingualism has been celebrated this Friday, February 6, 2026, in a ceremony presided over by the Secretary of State to the Minister of Basic Education, Dr. Vivian Ashiri-Kilo, representing the Minister of Basic Education. And in this newscast, we shall talk sports as Canon Sportive of Yaoundé is still searching for their first victory since the start of the season after 2 draws. Those were our headlines. Details right ahead. The 24th edition of the National Day of Bilingualism has been celebrated this February 6, 2026 in a ceremony presided over by the Secretary of State to the Minister of Basic Education, Dr. Vivian Ashiri-Kilo. The event took place at the Government Primary School Complex in Kolndongo in Yaoundé. Details in this report. Activities marking the National Bilingualism Day have been put on the spotlight, with activities carried out by pupils from various primary schools on the 6th of February 2026 at the Government Primary School Complex in Kolndongo. This was in a ceremony presided over by the Secretary of State to the Minister of Basic Education, Dr. Vivian Ashiri-Kilo, representing the Minister of Basic Education.
The new General Government has remained very attentive to the educational needs of the youth, and more particularly the determination to enable all young Cameroonians to become bilingual. In this light, the Head of State, His Excellency Fevrier, is taking major actions to promote bilingualism.
Artificial intelligence at the service of bilingualism is the theme observed for this year's celebration. The equal status of English and French as 2 official languages of Cameroon was reiterated, while parents and teachers were urged to encourage children to meet up to the expectations of both languages.
We've distributed reading materials to pupils both in English and in French, so that they can take some of the books home and have their parents help them read, and then at school too they can have the teachers help them read.
In the presence of the governor of the Centre region, the mayor of Yaoundé 4 and other authorities, different performances earned pupils not only rounds of applauses but also prizes from the Minister of Basic Education as a way of encouragement. The NGO Living Alternatives for the Aging, Laughter, has donated essential items to its elderly residents and persons living with disabilities. The event was part of the ongoing mobility support program organized by Laughter CEO in the person of Prince Theophile Kwenje. Jessica Nziwum throws more lights. In the esplanade of the non-government organization Living Alternatives for the Aging, Laughter in Yaoundé was filled with a vibrant atmosphere on February 5, 2026. The event featured a donation of wheelchairs and essential items to some of the center's elderly residents and persons living with disabilities, alongside an opportunity for exchanges between Laughter seniors and students from several schools in the capital. Let us demonstrate integrity, wisdom, and a spirit of peace, so that peace may continue to reign in our country, Cameroon. As is the tradition each year on the eve of Youth Day, the NGO Living Alternatives for the Aging, Laughter, gives young learners the chance to learn from older generations through presentations and discussions. The event provided a valuable opportunity to bring together the youths and seniors allowing young people to receive guidance and advice from their elders. In the lead-up to the 60th Youth Day on February 11th, 2026, the CEO of LAFTA, Prince Theophile Kwenjo, presided over the donation and educational ceremony on February 5, 2026, attended by the representatives of partner organizations, leaving the students inspired and filled with knowledge and excitement.
And hundreds of youths in the Yaoundé 5 municipality took part in a 7-kilometer green marathon on February 6, 2026. This was a combination of sport and civic action as the streets of the municipality were cleaned ahead of the Youth Day. Details in this report.
During a 7 kilometers green marathon organized by the section president of the YCPDM in Njongolo Valley, Edouard Fudam, under the patronage of the mayor of the Yaoundé 5 municipality, Augustin Balam, on February 6, 2026, youth turned out massively with trash bags to clean the streets of the municipality. This initiative was organized as a prelude to the celebration of the National Youth Day on February 11th.
It is also a sport walk and an engagement to maintain a clean city. These activities just are only two ways as youth to promote social cohesion, living together within the municipality.
The mayor of Yaoundé 5 has been at the forefront of the exercise, creating opportunities for a clean, healthy and a serene environment within the municipality.
Cela fait déjà 5 ans, donc we have been doing this for the past 5 years, since the beginning of our mandate, and every year we've been doing this. The aim is to guide the youth and encourage them during this Youth Day period.
The activity is a clear demonstration of youth engagement and commitment to maintaining a clean and sustainable environment.
It's a satisfaction to see many youths come here gathered to keep Yaoundé 5 clean. This shows that the youths are still committed in helping the community to grow, in helping Yaoundé 5 to grow.
As youths intensify preparations for the upcoming National Youth Day celebration on February 11, keeping the city clean remains a priority and a shared responsibility.
The Center Regional Delegate of Employment and Vocational Training, Vocational Studies, Claude Bernard Telep, has congratulated the staff of La Majestueuse Ndazwa Professional Institute for their quality training. His remarks were made at a working visit on the 5th of February 2026, as you tell us in this report, Roger Snum.
The delegates tour of the facilities at the Institute today, February 5th, 2026, took him to its workshops, lecture halls, and ongoing projects like the Students' Hostel. After witnessing demonstrations with the available equipment by teachers at the center, the delegate sounded convinced and confident when making his remarks to the press.
C'est la première fois que je découvre un centre de formation.
This is the first time I've seen a training center run by a private owner with state-of-the-art facilities in all areas, from ICT to masonry, auto mechanics, and even aesthetics or hairdressing. Really, everything is ready to welcome young people. On the pedagogical side, as I said, you can have the facilities, but if the trainers aren't skilled, we'll be there to support them, to help them upgrade their skills, especially in terms of professional training engineering. I have also made a firm commitment because at the Ministry of Employment, we are all about training people so that they can become gainfully employed. The director of the institute also spoke on the importance of the visit.
Du travail du délégué régional s'inscrit en marge d'une synergie.
This visit by the regional delegate is part of a collaboration between administration and its collaborators. It also allows us to be more diligent in the various tasks assigned to us and to bring out the best in us for the development of this institute.
Pour l'édification de cet institut.
Created in June 2025, Professional Institute La Majestueuse Ndoazoa offers courses for the obtention of the Professional Qualification Diploma, which is issued by the Ministry of Employment and Vocational Training. The visit was part of a campaign by the Ministry of Employment and Vocational Training to bolster professional training sector in Cameroon.
And on to this other information, which reads, Yaoundé, the 6th of February 2026, press release. The Minister of Transport, National Maritime Authority hereby informs the public that, following ongoing verifications on the Maritime Registry, many cases of fraudulent registration carried out using unauthorized applications have been detected. The government of the Republic of Cameroon denounces the fraudulent use of its national flag and declines any responsibility with regards to these reprehensible acts. While waiting for the completion of the reform aimed at enhancing the legal framework in the domain, the registration of floating devices navigating out of Cameroonian territorial waters is suspended till further notice from the date of signature of this release without prejudice of sanctions which could be taken against unscrupulous ship owners. Signed, the Minister of Transport, Jean-Ernest Marcinangale Bibehe. And on to this, and this weekend is going to be fun-filled for lovers of music, cinema and culture with thrilling activities. Let's watch.
Yaoundé. For urban music fans, Team Kaiser launches his new single, Viens Bébé, available this Saturday, February 7, 2026. Meanwhile, final casting for Miss One Prize 3rd edition holds at Mini Prix Bastos from February 7 at noon. Sports and wellness enthusiasts might want to join the sports match by ASEC as part of the ASMAC showroom from 8 a.m. on Saturday. This weekend could be fun if we dive into the world of comics and let our imaginations guide the adventure, being part of the interactive workshop organized by Cédric Minlot at the French Institute in Douala. Movie lovers, this Saturday from 3 p.m. dive into the terrifying universe of Return of Silent Hill, 16 years at the cinema. Enjoy your weekend.
And now let's talk sports. As you heard in one of our lead stories, Canon Sportive of Yaoundé is still searching for their first victory since the start of the season after the 2 draws. Despite failures encountered, other clubs are still gaining momentum, as you tell us in this report, Philips Enchi.
After the 3rd day of play, Canon Sportif of Yaoundé are yet to record a win. The team recently entertained 2 draws and a loss, crediting the club with 2 points. The 0-0 draw against Aigle Royal of Menoir was another hindrance for the team's evolution in the competition. The club is now struggling to regain form and man the top spot of the competition, but the team's poor performance continues to discourage supporters, as it is now a hard pill to swallow as the team keeps recording defeats as the competition unfolds. Though battling with poor performances, hopes are high to overcome the team's perilous moment in football. As the competition proceeds, defending champion Colombe Sportif of Jean Lobo, in a heart-melting encounter, grabbed a 1-0 victory against Dynamo FC of Douala, while Cotton Sport of Garoua also maintains a 1-0 victory against Victoria United. A 2-0 victory over AS Fortuna has pushed Panthers Sportif of Mde to the top of the table with 7 points. Dynamo FC of Douala, Gazelle and PWD of Bamenda followed closely with 6 points each. Cotonspor of Garwa and Aigle Royal of Menwam now backs 5 points each, followed by Cologne Sportif of Ja and Lobom and Unisport of Opankam with 4 points each. Canon Sportif of Yaoundé now maintains the bottom position with 2 points alongside Aigle of Mongo and Stade Renard, while AS Fortuna maintains the last position with 1 point. The competition proceeds as clubs intensify efforts to maintain the top spot.
The University Institute of Excellence of Central Africa in Fou in the Mefou and Afamba division of the Central region has reached a significant milestone with a combined swearing-in graduation ceremony. This was during the second edition of the Academic Excellence. More details with you, Jessica Nziwo.
A major academic milestone has been recorded in Fou, located in the Mefou and Afamba division of the Central region. As students of the University Institute of Excellence of Central Africa, IUEAC, took part in the combined swearing-in and official graduation ceremony, marking the successful completion of their training and entry into a professional life. Held on February 4, 2026, the event was part of the second edition of the institution's Academic Excellence Day under the theme Artificial Intelligence as a Lever for Professional Training, Impacts and Challenges. It brought together administrative authorities, education stakeholders, religious and traditional leaders, parents and invited guests to celebrate the achievements of the laureates. Presiding over the ceremony, the Senior Divisional Officer of Mefou and Afamba commended the university's dedication to quality training and professional ethics.
Je voudrais à cet égard
I urge you to remain constant in effort, humility, and respect for Republican values. I also extend my congratulations to the academic officials and the teaching staff of this institute for the work done in favor of youth training, which is an essential pillar of our common future. To the teachers, amongst the many dimensions of poverty at work is the lack of recognition. The Institute therefore wishes to celebrate your work as a sign of recognition. To the staffs of the Institute, the mark of recognition of this day shows that these great institutions has found you a prosperous ground for its growth and success.
Vos enseignants et pour la nation tout entière.
The ceremony was marked by the official oath-taking of graduating students specialized in health, symbolizing their readiness to serve society with competence and professionalism. Certificates and awards of excellence were also presented by the Senior Divisional Officer of Mefou and Afamba to outstanding students in recognition of their hard work and academic performance. The university director congratulated the students, highlighting the institution's mission to provide high-level education that meets both national and international standards.
We are sure that those students, they are really to apply it and to satisfy all the needs of the patient all over where they will work on the field. So we are really glad and want that to congratulate them, so that they follow their training and be away for all the patients they have to receive on their career.
For the graduates, the day marked not only the end of an academic journey, but also the beginning of new professional challenges and opportunities.
The way they are teaching us, right, it's remarkable. They take their time explaining things to us. Everything is simple, and I can say it. I will encourage somebody who wants to come to this school to come, because it's very interesting. The way they train us is very relaxable.
The joy overflowed as parents expressed pride and satisfaction at the success of their children.
I don't see that this school is fine because my pikin don't win. I be happy. I did see say no this thing. If you get plenty pikin, I go bring you for ya. He come school for ya, because I don't see someone where he there for come out today. He go take your paper today. No, he fine.
The University Institute of Excellence of Central Africa in Fo brings together 3 specialized institutions: the Institute for the Training of Specialized Health Personnel in FOPES, the Institute of Law, Commerce, Management and Administration, and the Institute of Communication and Information Professions, IMCI, all recognized for delivering a quality training tailored to today's professional demands. The second edition of Academic Excellence Day reaffirms the institution's commitment to promoting merit, discipline and excellence in higher education in Cameroon.
And now let's take this information which reads Yaoundé, the 6th of February 2026. Press release. The Minister of Transport, National Maritime Authority hereby informs the public that, following ongoing verifications on the Maritime Registry, many cases of fraudulent registration carried out using unauthorized applications have been detected. The government of the Republic of Cameroon denounces the fraudulent use of its national flag and declines any responsibility with regard to these reprehensible acts. While waiting for the completion of the reform aimed at enhancing the legal framework in the domain, the registration of floating devices navigating out of Cameroonian territorial waters is suspended till further notice from the date of signature of this release without prejudice of sanctions which could be taken against unscrupulous ship owners. Signed, the Minister of Transport, Jean-Ernest Massinangale Bibehe. And ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of tonight's edition. Thanks very much for your keen attention and stay in the company of our beautiful programs. Have a lovely weekend.
Il aura passé 15 ans à la tête de la société camerounaise de dépôts pétroliers. Il aura également passé 15 ans derrière les murs des prisons camerounaises. Jean-Baptiste Nguyefa, désormais en liberté, libère la parole ce vendredi 6 février 2026 sur À vous la parole. Le père de la Renaissance, de Renaissance Football Club de Ngoumou, sans filtre, dit tout sur ces années derrière les barreaux, sur ces épisodes devant la justice camerounaise, sur ces rapports actuels avec le pouvoir de Yaoundé, avec le RDPC et même avec la Fédération camerounaise de football. À vous la parole, ce vendredi dès 21 h sur Info TV, naturellement. Il aura passé 15 ans à la tête de la société camerounaise de dépôts pétroliers. Il aura également passé 15 ans